In the last 4 months, I went from not even knowing what an AI agency is to collecting over $15,000 since I launched my ads in the last month. I'm going to show you exactly what we've been doing in the last month, give you guys a quick 4-month update and show you the struggles, the ups and downs, and also what we're doing now to close more deals than ever before and feel more confident on sales calls. Hey, my name's Franco. If you don't know me, I started documenting my whole AI agency journey that I started 4 months ago from nothing to where I am now, and I'm bringing you guys along the ride to show you that this is just about putting in the hard work and that anyone can do this. With that being said, let's get into the video and I will talk about what we've been doing. So in the last month, there's been a lot that happened. We launched our ads in mid-July. In reality, it was early July, but we had a lot of mistakes that we did. The pixel wasn't set up right, and I made a whole video on this. And then we actually managed to launch for real after spending like $300 or $400 for real in mid-July. So it's been just a little over a month now, about a month and a week or two, give or take. And ever since we launched our ads, we've collected now, we've done 4 deals and we've collected just about over $15,000. And it's been going really well, to be honest, for a first month. It's been pretty crazy, pretty hectic. And the last month specifically, what I want to talk about obviously is our ads, our funnel, what we've been doing to increase our sales numbers and everything like that. So the first thing I want to touch on is our sales and our sales calls and what we've been doing to upgrade that part of our business and our agency and be able to get higher results and just feel more comfortable and better on these sales calls. So the first thing that we did was we got in contact with one of our sales coaches and we went through trainings. Devin and I started going through a bunch of cold calling with each other as if, he's a customer and I'm working on the agency, and we just go from there and practice. We did a lot of that. And after meeting with our coach a couple times, doing some practicing with him and him giving us our honest feedback on what we've been doing, we closed the deal like a few days after that. And to be honest, we did have a pretty long, like 7-day, no wait, more, it was like 9, a little bit over a week, about 9 to 10 days without closing a deal after we closed our first 2. And we started getting kind of worried. The sales calls weren't going great. Everything started going down after the first 2, which after 2 weeks and 3 days period, we got our first 2 deals like back to back, just like that. And now after that, it was like literally almost 2 weeks, like a week and a few more days that we got nothing. And we started getting worried. In that time frame, we were just thinking, well, are we doing something wrong? What's going on with our sales call? That's when we got in with the coach, and he was like, hey, you guys are just going into these sales calls too low energy. We were just not doing the right thing. We had a script on one monitor, so we were always kind of like talking with the prospect and looking over, and just we wouldn't come off as confident because obviously we're reading from a script. Nobody sounds confident when you read from a script. So what we did was we ditched the script completely, and we said, screw it, we're going in balls deep, and we're not even going to use the script. We're going to just do this how we know. So we practiced. We remembered, okay, well, at the end of the day, all we need to do on these sales calls is make them feel as if the urgency, first thing is the urgency, and second thing, make them see the value, and third, obviously, just be able to come over any common objections and have practice with that. So we worked on that. We just went in without a script and we were just human, and honestly, it's been a lot better. I don't feel nervous going into these anymore, nor does Devin. Now we gain a lot of confidence and we just come across a lot more like we're trying to help you. You're here with us for a reason. So that's the first thing we did in the last month. That right after I posted the last video that I actually made, you guys can check that out. 3 things that we did to increase the sales rate in the last 7 to 9 days that we had no sales. And right after I posted that video, I kid you not, I don't remember if I posted that video on a Wednesday or Thursday, but the day after, we got a sale with everything I implemented. The second thing that we did was actually improve our funnel. So all we did was keep everything the same. We just added a questionnaire. So now instead of taking calls from everybody and wasting 3 or 4 hours a day on 3 or 4 calls each with unqualified people, now we only do 1 or 2 each. So it's a lot less, but they're quality calls. So we set them all ourselves. We started calling and setting them about an hour or 2 after they come in, and making sure that they're qualified and they're who we're trying to work with. And then from there, we just go ahead and get on a call with these qualified people instead of getting on people who have no money. So that's the main thing that we did that actually helped increase how we feel on these calls as well, because you can imagine getting on 4 calls, 3 calls a day, and none of them converting, or maybe them being calls that just end with nothing, doesn't feel great. compared to ending, the day off with 1 or 2 calls that were really close, or maybe you closed one, you feel a lot better and you don't feel unmotivated. So that's what we were feeling after 9 days of just doing 3 or 4 calls a day that just never panned out. We started feeling down, but that's part of it, right? So we went through that down period. I made a whole video on it and how I felt and the emotional side of it, how it's normal when you first start an agency. So that's pretty much what we did and where we're at now. So now we're at 4 clients in 1 month time, just about. And the goal is from here on out to get consistent enough to where we can quit our 9 to 5. So that means anywhere from at least 1 to 2 per week. 2 new clients per week would be ideal. And then we just go from there and keep on increasing ad spend, quit the 9 to 5 hopefully before the end of the year, and just really increase everything tenfold. Aside from that, it's been a game of just grinding out calls every day, getting on with these people, figuring out the best onboarding strategies and everything in between. So obviously in the first month or 2 that you're actually in this and you're done with the whole backend setup, now being on a full first month of just onboarding calls and fulfilling, it's just crazy. It's every day feels like I don't have enough hours. Every week feels like there's not enough hours in the week, and I just get to that point where you have to do calls, onboarding, and fulfillment. It becomes a lot, so I kind of like it. Obviously it's the first month because in month 3, the previous video, we had our first close and we didn't really have the full month of month 3. It was just half of that of sales calls and everything else. But now this is the first full month that we're spending on managing our ads, paying for ads, fulfilling calls and everything, and it's crazy. I mean, it's a lot, and we're not even doing like a huge volume right now. We're not consistent. So obviously once we get consistent, we're going to grow the team. We're going to be growing the back-end team and the team of salespeople. So pretty much everything from here is going to be upwards, hopefully. Even if we have droughts because we're still pretty new, that's totally okay. But hopefully with this new sales system, this new funnel that we kind of created, from here on out, we get the ability to be more consistent and just grow from here. So that's pretty much it for me in this video, guys. I do appreciate you watching till the end. If you have any questions, or actually I just want to know where you're at in your agency, you want to post that in the comments below, we can connect maybe on Instagram or Discord. Let me know. See you guys in the next one.